What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Monday, May 29th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. And we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. Do have some early action. We're trying to get this out as early as possible. It will be a tight squeeze, between the first game and when this video is released. We're going to do our best. There is a lot more afternoon action and even evening action in there as well. So if you miss out on the first couple games, do not worry. There is still plenty of home run prop action. But this is where you're going to want to have notifications turned on. You hit that bell as well as that subscribe button. You get the content here as soon as it drops. But the reminder for everybody once again to remind you that these home run prop plays are just meant to be for some side action, for some fun. Only to have a couple bucks on, just some pizza or some coffee money. Not plays that I recommend anybody dump their whole bankroll into, but still plays that, like I said, you can parlay up. I did a tutorial yesterday on how to round robin. That's what I always recommend if you're looking to sort of have a bit of a safety net, and if it's within your means, if you like to parlay bet. That way, at least if you hit pretty much everything. But how many times have we had one leg on our parlays be off and then we don't win anything? Well, at least a round robin will cover you if one leg goes awry on your parlay. But like I said, we will take a look at the home run prop action that we did hit on Sunday. It was a bit of a smaller day. The homers came a little bit later than I expected, but still they came nonetheless. We caught Paul Goldschmidt at plus 270 against the Cleveland Guardians. We hit Yordan Alvarez at plus 350. I think the Astros had 7 home runs in that game against the Oakland A's, and Alvarez I think had 2 of them. So he definitely went a little bit crazy. And we also had Matt Olson go yard at plus 235 on the Sunday nighter, and he had a great day himself as well. But we'll get into the home run prop action momentarily. But I sort of just want to remind everybody, you guys, I love interacting with you guys, so please drop your plays in the comment section below. Home run props, what have you. But I implore everyone, if you're going to do that, please drop them in the comment section before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't help anybody, and we're trying to beat the books as a team. None of this thank me later stuff. It's not a competition. We're here to beat the books. Like I said, one team, one goal, and that goal is to make a lot of money. So let's crush the books together on Monday, and we'll get into the home run prop action. And let's take a look. We'll start with the afternoon matchup between the Guardians and the Orioles, and I'm going to go with Ryan Mountcastle here at plus 450, hitting 385 with a pair of home runs against left-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. And Logan Allen, he's given up a 10.7% barrel rate this season, so I'm going to take Ryan Mountcastle at plus 450. Also going to look at a Guardian here. I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez at plus 550 as a career home run off of Tyler Wells. And Wells, for the Orioles, given up an 11.9% barrel rate this season. He's allowed 10 home runs in his last 7 starts, including 5 in his last 2 starts alone. So give me Jose Ramirez at plus 550. I'm also going to look at Adolis Garcia at plus 320. He's hitting 508 at-bats against left-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Matthew Boyd, for the Tigers, he's one of the more profitable pitchers in baseball, but he's one of the more profitable pitchers in baseball based on all the success he's had on the road. At home this season, he's been far less effective, an ERA close to 9, and he has allowed a home run in 5 of his last 7 starts. So I'm going to go with Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 320. Also going to look at Josh Young of the Rangers at plus 425. Arguably Texas's top bat against left-handed pitching this season, hitting 340 with 4 home runs against lefties on the year. So I'm going to take Josh Young for a home run at plus 425. Also going to look at the Kansas City Royals here against the St. Louis Cardinals. And I'm going to go with Salvador Perez to hit a home run here at plus 380, hitting 273 with 3 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. Adam Wainwright, he's looked shaky since coming into the season, a little bit later than expected. He's allowing a 12.2% barrel rate in the small sample size he's had this year. So give me Salvador Perez at plus 380. Also going to look at Vinny Pasquantino at plus 650. A young bat for the Royals, but he's got a lot of power. He's hitting just 222 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. But with the barrels that Wainwright is allowing, Pasquantino definitely worth a look in my eyes here. So give me Vinny Pasquantino at plus 650. Also going to look at Paul Goldschmidt. He homered for us Sunday, hitting 267 with a pair of home runs in the last week. I don't love Kansas City's bullpen, if I'm being honest here. It does look like a bullpen game with Josh Stomont making his first career start. But it does look like a bullpen game here, and I think that Goldschmidt can take advantage. I'm going to take Paul Goldschmidt at plus 330. And for a bit of a longer shot here, I'm going to look at Brendan Donovan at plus 850. One of the hotter bats in the Cardinals lineup. He's hitting 375 with a pair of home runs in the last week. So give me Brendan Donovan at plus 850. Now, obviously, the purpose of this home run prop show is to give you guys some free winners, but it's also to show you just how great the betting tools are at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. They do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. They show you these player props. They show you how often they hit over a 5-game sample size, 10-game size, over the entire year, home games, road games, you name it. But also, they show you the best possible price that you're getting when which book is offering it. If you don't have an account with that book, you click on that link, you get a sportsbook bonus offer to play that best possible price with on us, and it also gives you an extra tool on your belt. The one advantage that the books can't take away from you is your ability to shop lines, find yourself the best possible price, the best possible number, and having an extra book in your back pocket will do that for you. But not only that, the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays, they've got streaks, they've got parlay builders, they've got profitable teams and angles. I could do a show probably for an hour or two every single day about how great these betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays are, but I think it's just more effective if you guys go over and check them out, play with them yourself, and just see how much money can be made when you use those betting tools in addition to whatever research you do. So definitely make sure that you're checking those out. But we'll get it back into the home run prop action for Monday. We're going to go with another familiar face to our home run prop show. We're going to go with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. at plus 600. Hitting 333 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. I'm not a fan of Colorado's Carl Kaufman. He's gotten roughed up in his first 2 starts, and he's giving up a 526 batting average against right-handed bats. Given Gurriel's history of clubbing righties, I'd say he's in a good spot here. I'm going to take Lourdes Gurriel Jr. at plus 600. Also going to take Ketel Marte at plus 500. I think he's worth a look considering he's hitting 313 with a pair of home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. So give me Ketel Marte at plus 500. A few Rockies I looked at here. I like Brenton Doyle, but once again, the books are scared to give us a price on Brenton Doyle. He's hitting 389 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. But can we find a price on him for once? Doesn't look like it right now. Ryan Nelson right up there with Tommy Henry as the weak links in the Diamondbacks rotation. I think Doyle could snag one here. So give me Brenton Doyle if you can find a price on him. I'm still going to roll with Ryan McMahon here at plus 410. Always a threat on the rookies for a home run. On the Rockies for a home run. I think I typed rookies in my notes. Always a threat on the Rockies for a homer. Has 2 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. So I'll take Ryan McMahon at plus 410. I also like Elias Diaz, again at plus 575. Didn't come through for us on Sunday, but he has 2 home runs and a 333 batting average against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. So give me Elias Diaz at plus 575. Now, before we get into our last home run prop game of the day, I just want to remind everybody, the term you hear me mention a lot is barrel rate. And if you're familiar with my definition of barrel rate, I'm just going to tell everybody who's maybe new to our show or, is just not familiar with barrel rate and sort of wants me to go a little bit more in depth about the term. Barrel rate is basically, what is a barrel? Where it's basically a hard hit ball off the bat that has the perfect combination of exit velocity and launch angle to where the deeper that you go into that zone, think of it just like a wedge on a pie chart coming off of the bat. The deeper and more centered into that zone you go, the more likely you are to have a well-hit ball into the outfield and subsequently a home run. Why is barrel rate important? Well, balls that were constituted as barrels in 2022, 45% of those went for home runs, and that was the lowest percentage of barrels to home runs that we had seen in a decade. Normally, we're talking about 50 to 60% of barrels going for home runs, and if you're going to give me a 50 to 60, even 45 to 60% probability edge on a plus money prop that's going off anywhere from plus 200 up to plus 1,000, sometimes even higher, I will take that every single time. Because it's only another edge that we're going to have over the books in our back pocket, a statistical edge, an analytical edge. And sometimes that's the difference between cashing your ticket and crumpling it up and throwing it on the floor. So I love to use barrel rate, and not just for hitters as well, for pitchers also. How many barrels is a pitcher giving up as opposed or compared to how many balls are having being put in play. Like I said, I think it just goes both ways. I think it is an extremely important metric and extremely important analytic to look at when you're betting on home run props. It's definitely something to take into consideration. But we'll get to our last few home run props here. I got a couple of them on the board. The first one we're going to look at here is the Giants and the Pirates here, and the Giants sending out J.D. Davis. I like J.D. Davis for a home run here. He's hitting 600 or 6 for 10 with 5 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs against left-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Rich Hill, he's been pitching fairly well, but allowing a 12.9% barrel rate this season. I really think Davis could get one here. So give me J.D. Davis at plus 525. I also liked Michael Conforto. Couldn't find a price on him, though. We've rode Conforto against empty-handed in the last few days. But he does have a pair of career home runs against Rich Hill. So if you can find a price on Michael Conforto, I like Conforto as well. They had a home run. And, honorable mention, I do like pretty much the catalog of Atlanta Braves against the Oakland A's. Paul Blackburn making his debut. The dude got rocked to close out 2022. Over his last 7 starts, Blackburn, he allowed 10 home runs in 2022. I think guys like Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, Sean Murphy, all in play here. Maybe even Austin Riley you could throw in there as well. Like I said, I like a ton of Atlanta Braves in that game. I could maybe even do just a standalone show or standalone video on the Atlanta Braves against the Oakland A's and how much I like them in this series. So take a look at some Atlanta Braves in that regard as well. But we're going to go to our last game on the board. Oh, I didn't mean to give you a warning, but I mean a warning. I do have five home run props for this final game. We're going to go with, first off, JD Martinez at plus 430 for the Dodgers, hitting 341 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. I don't mind Trevor Williams. He hasn't been terrible. He's been a mid-level arm for the Washington Nationals, but he's allowing a 14.3% barrel rate this season. Martinez can flat-out rake, so I'm going to go with JD Martinez at plus 430. Also going to go with Max Muncy at plus 275. Arguably the big power threat for the righties, for the Dodgers against righties. Muncy also has 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So give me Max Muncy at plus 275. Also going to roll with Mookie Betts at plus 350. Hitting just 225 against righties with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks. But personally, I really liked what I've seen from Mookie Betts at the plate lately. He's making good contact. I think he could be in line for a home run here. So give me Mookie Betts at plus 350. Going to switch dugouts for our last 2 plays. We're going to go with Heimer Candelario here at plus 575, hitting 467 with a pair of home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. I'm just not a Bobby Miller fan after just 1 start. Candelario hitting righties at the plate really well right now. I'm riding with him here. So give me Heimer Candelario at plus 575. And to round things out, we're going to go with Lane Thomas at plus 750, hitting 267 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last week, the last 7 days. And Thomas, he's one of my guys. I'm rolling with him here. So give me Lane Thomas at plus 750 to round things out. But just a reminder, just a recap of the plays that we gave out for Monday's action. Started things off with the afternoon action with Ryan Mountcastle against the Guardians for the O's at plus 450. And for the Guardians, we went with Jose Ramirez at plus 550. For the Texas Rangers, we went with Adolis Garcia at plus 320. And Josh Young at plus 425. For the Kansas City Royals, went with Salvador Perez at plus 380. And Vinny Pasquantino at plus 650. For the St. Louis Cardinals, went with Paul Goldschmidt at plus 330. Also went with Brendan Donovan at plus 850. For the Diamondbacks, went with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. at plus 600. Went with Ketel Marte at plus 500. For the Rockies, like I said, I do like Brenton Doyle if you can find a price on Brenton Doyle, but I also went with Ryan McMahon at plus 410. And Elias Diaz for the Rockies at plus 575. For the Giants, went with J.D. Davis at plus 525. Also like Michael Conforto if you can get a price on Conforto. For the Dodgers, went with J.D. Martinez at plus 430. Went with Max Muncy at plus 275. And also went with Mookie Betts for the Dodgers at plus 350. And for the last couple of plays, went with the Nationals, went with Heimer Candelario at plus 575. And close things out with Lane Thomas at plus 750. But I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smash that thumbs up if you like this content and if you like what we're doing here at Pickdawgz. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and make sure you have notifications turned on. Days like this where we have afternoon baseball is where the notifications are going to benefit you. They're going to get you the notification when this video drops as soon as the video drops. And like I said, sometimes we just can't afford to wait any longer to get you guys the most up-to-date information, which is what I try to do. But again, sometimes it cuts it a little bit close. So if you have notifications turned on, as soon as that video is uploaded, you guys get the notice. And remember, if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I am the most confident in, you can find those at Pickdawgz.com by clicking the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Also, I want to implore everybody, please check out these betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. They are 100% free. You're not going to find betting tools like this anywhere for 100% free, or just betting tools like that for anywhere, like this anywhere for that matter. And like I said, they are there for you to use. We're going to make you some money. They're going to find you the best possible price. Like I said, the possibilities with these betting tools are endless. I could do a 1 to 2 hour show alone on how great they are. So it's definitely worth checking out whenever you head to Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. I can promise you they're going to make you a ton of cash. But again, thank you so much for watching. Let's crush the books on Monday. And happy Memorial Day to everyone in the States.